Oh my fucking god, y'all. Kid Scarlet Witch was everything I needed her to be with this movie. Elizabeth Olsen was fucking amazing. However, this movie had very, very weak development with the characters. This literally felt like just a really, really long battle. That's it. Like, there isn't much development. There's just more information. Put it that way. So, with the movie itself, I'm going to give it a whole 7 out of 10. Just because there wasn't much development with the movie and the characters itself. However, because of the Scarlet Witch and Elizabeth Olsen and Wanda Maximoff and all that, the cameos were pretty, like, they were a big reveal and stuff like that, but it wasn't really what was making me look forward to this movie. It was more Wanda. So when I came to watch this movie, was I satisfied with what I wanted as far as the Scarlet Witch? Yes, very, very satisfied. The movie itself on its own was okay. However, I felt like it was just more, it could have been a little bit more well received had they just focused on the editing of itself. And what I mean by that is that when you're watching the movie, it's action packed, like action packed. There's a lot of action, kind of from right from the beginning. There isn't really much space in between in these moments of battle and action for a lot of plot to develop. So in order for the action to kind of keep going and for the movie to kind of continue on, a lot of the dialogue and the information and the problems that are kind of that arise through the movie, it's through dialogue. So it's through the talking, but in between battles. So it's like big will happen, and then they'll have like a moment of clarity of speaking, and then another big thing will happen, and then another moment of clarity, and then another big thing. So there was no momentum to kind of keep you going up until the end. So you end up having all these climactic moments throughout the movie, and it's like up and down, up and down, up and down, that you kind of like, when the movie finishes, it doesn't really feel kind of climactic or like a big resolution was solved. It felt more like there was just a change of mind, put it that way. So in the end, I just had an issue more with the development of it more than anything. It wasn't a bad movie. I enjoyed it a lot, and I would definitely come and watch it again. I think Wanda really kind of saved the movie. Elizabeth Olsen was amazing. America Chavez, the character, she needed a lot of development considering this is her first time, and they did almost nothing with it. And I don't, like, that's kind of something that I was hoping for. I was like, I want to know more about her. Whatever they showed was through the dialogue or through little moments, and then from there they expected you to rely on that emotional turmoil to kind of like make you feel like make you want to root for her and stuff like that. But because there wasn't a lot of moments with her for us to really digest her character, it was hard for us to do that. So it was just like, okay, I'm here more for Wanda and Doctor Strange. But even then, this felt more like a Wanda movie rather than a Doctor Strange movie, you know? However, being with all that being said and stuff, I feel like it was very, very, very satisfying, and definitely I applaud Elizabeth Olsen as an actress because, wow, she really fucking sold me on the Scarlet Witch. And this is the Scarlet Witch. Like, as you're watching it, Wanda, gone, fucking gone. She's nowhere to be seen. Not Pietro, oh, my children. No, this is Wanda, fucking evil, sinister, like, give me what I want or I'm gonna fuck your ass up type of Wanda. That's literally her this whole movie, up until pretty much the end. So it's what really, really, really made me happy. They didn't waste time. The very little development that they had, they didn't waste time on her still being good, and then like halfway through the movie she changes. Like, no, it was right from the fucking beginning. And not that I'm spoiling it in a way, but the way they reveal it is pretty cool. And it isn't necessarily mind blowing or anything, but it feels so satisfying that, damn, it's gotten to that point already and quick. And it makes you happy that because you've been watching from WandaVision to all the Marvel movies and stuff like that, because you've been watching along all these years. For some reason, the fact that it starts off that way is very satisfying. It's like, okay, yes, like we have enough background on these. Now let's just get to the action. Let's see what she's about, and that's exactly what they give us. But obviously, because we introduced new characters, there were more moments necessary. So I heard that the first original cut was 2 hours and 50 minutes or something like that. So they absolutely needed those fucking 50 minutes for sure, because it would have elevated this movie from like a 7 to like a 9 out of 10, honestly. So editing all that part out definitely fucked the movie over as far as development. But acting, 10 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Development, 6 out of 10. I give the pacing, I give it 7 out of 10. The cinematography, I give it a 8 out of 10. The transitioning, the editing, the effects, I give it a 10 out of 10 as well. Very effective, very scary. The scare factor, I give it a 7 out of 10. So there were moments that were pretty tense. I was kind of nervous. I was like, oh shit, but overall, very good, very satisfying. I am very happy that I was satisfied leaving this movie. There wasn't anything really that I felt like I wanted answered, put it that way. For what they showed, I was okay with. Did I want more depth as to what they did show? Yes, but I didn't need more information. I just wanted more depth to the information already given to us. And the Illuminati scene, put it this way. If you watched all the trailers, you've basically...
Sorry, could you say that again?
Shut up. If you've watched all the trailers, you've already seen Doctor Strange's part in this movie. Put it that way. You've already seen it. There's very few... there's like a little more development to a certain sides, but not a lot. As far as America Chavez, there's just a side to her that you don't really see in the trailers, but because it's a big side that is basically a part of her character, they don't explore it much, so you end up wanting more. You're like, okay, like I want to know more. But it's the first movie, of course, so there's going to be more development with the other movies, so I understand that part. As far as Wong, this is another issue that I had with the movie before I finish this video. We know how talented, we know how gifted, we know how smart, we know how intelligent Doctor Strange and Wong are. So if you're not going to give him any emotional development, like in a receptive manner, at least stop making him get into obstacles that are childish and amateurish. Like, he's above that now. I feel like some of these things are like, dude, this should have been like, why do you keep messing up? Like, what is it about you messing up that is always leading you to cause these issues, Like, a lot of the moments you're watching throughout the movie, you're like, okay, like, y'all are superheroes. Like, somebody could have been doing something right there and then, But, so, the moments of action drag on a little longer than necessary. So, if they were going to drag it along, it would have been better had they just made it more smarter as far as the development and the action and the decisions that they make as characters. My mom's calling. Now that before I finish this video, basically, yeah. Movie, 7 out of 10. Wanda, 15 out of 10. Amazing. Loved it. The kids were great. You definitely get a little bit of WandaVision in there a little bit, so which is really cool. So as if you watch the show and all that stuff, you definitely feel like you're back there. But it was, like I said, everything was so fast, you don't get time to really digest it. You just it's like flashes. It's like, oh my god, okay, on to the next. Oh my god, and then on to the next one. So you can't really sit with it. So when the big moments that were supposed to be impactful and emotional were not emotional, because everything else compared to that was subpar a little bit. So it's like, okay, like, you figured something out for yourself. That's nice. But what about this, So, they needed those 50 minutes or 40 minutes or whatever. But I mean, what can you do? There's going to be more development in the other movies. So I figured that's what they were doing to like really kind of hold back, simply because this is the first one. And this is just a basic introduction into the multiverse. And it's just literally scratching the surface. So I know more development will come, and I know the future movies are going to be better simply because this is just the first one. But yeah, so go watch it, go support it. They all did amazing, and I definitely will come and watch it again. All right, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to check out my video. Leave a like, leave a comment, any constructive feedback. I always welcome any recommendations as far as content. Leave a like as well. I am trying to grow my channel as well, so please, if you can support it, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing, thank you for commenting, thank you for liking, and thank you for supporting my channel.